I should not be doing this because it's like the third or fourth or fifth stream in the last 24, 36 hours. And because I just realized I just made a snack, so I'm gonna have to uh make you sit in silence while I eat. Oh, also, I'm naked. I can talk about nudity. Speaking of censorship, um, a little bit ago, I did a stream in which I had on projected on my wall a still of the Disney movie Brother Bear, and I made some observation about it, and it was super short, and so I gave it a title like, something about thinking about Brother Bear. The corporate bullies muted the entire video, like there was no sound from the Disney movie in the thing, and just a still film clip, and they muted my content. Um, so I like to take off my headphones while I eat, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm right here. No, no. I hope we're still connected, and we probably are. So many things I could say. One is, why are young people so captivating? If I had done this when I was much younger, I'd be painting in the middle of the night. I'd be taking you to my studio. I'd be getting drunk. I'd be entertaining. I'd be making a fool of myself too. I would be, as I say, I'd be entertaining. Um, but that's not me anymore. That's sort of my least favorite thing that I do. But if that's the least favorite thing that I do, then I must be fine. Well, not every matchbook is a good book. I saw some film commentary talking about how people in movies are cool. People in movies don't ordinarily have the experience of what I just did of trying multiple times and failing to light a match. Movies have multiple takes. Movies have scripts. For some reason, last week I watched some, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, who even knows? I watched some clips, like reaction videos of Paul Lynde. If you don't know who he was competing with Liberace to be the gayest man on television in the 70s. And just like Liberace, he wasn't out because no one was. And he was on a game show called The Hollywood Squares, and for most of it, he was the center square. Hollywood Squares is tic tac toe. The center square is the best square. So, and he was funny, and we watched it at my household, like, I don't know, between the news and prime time, and where like the Wheel of Fortune is now. Anyway, there's clips on YouTube of his goofy answers to things. They ask a question, he makes a quip about it, and people are commenting like, he's so quick and blah blah blah, and I'm thinking, it's written, don't you realize? He does a great delivery. I'm sure he was quick-witted, but that show is not 100% ad libbed. There's just no way. I'm pretty edgy, uh, coming up with a hot take on a 50-year-old game show. I made a video one time where the camera zoomed through this, and it's called This Video Should Not Exist. I liked it, but why should you? I'm not well, um, but I'm not an alcoholic anymore. So perhaps I'm not as entertaining as I once was. But back then, I wouldn't have put um, my antics on camera. I tell you what I would have been doing. I would have been desperately looking for someone to spend time with me. Now I guess I'm doing it through the camera. If anyone is actually watching this and you would like to say anything, I'm all up for it tonight. So one of the things I've been thinking is I want the ability to do this whenever I want on any schedule and on any topic. I mean, that's nothing new. That's what I have been doing. So I thought, well, what if I had some kind of a maybe I'd okay, Rob, you can have ideas and share ideas uh, without committing to them. And you don't have to be embarrassed to share an idea that's not perfect. So the idea I'm working on is what if I started every stream with the same sort of introduction, something about where I say, hi, I'm Rob, and Rob, not and. If anytime I say Rob and, I sound like I'm saying Robin. Hi, I'm Rob. I'm an abstract, or I don't. But that part would be written, and I would kind of reuse it, and then um, at the end of that little introduction, I might say something like that. That's the end of the prepared material, and everything else will be just extemporaneous, contemporaneous, extraneous, instantaneous, Lithuanious. Oh, it's like somebody wrote, "Welcome to the chat room." So sweet. I am working to crawl my way out of a hole. The question is, at what point do I identify that I went into the hole? The shortest version would be that I've been cut off from society since New Year's. I guess the longest version of what hole am I crawling out of would be birth. Um, when did my problems start? I touched on that a little bit in my cemetery stream this afternoon. I'm assuming you can hear me even when I talk low, but technical issues aren't my problem. You have to take that up with the business manager who has yet to be hired. You can volunteer and be the business manager. Maybe I will drink some alcohol to celebrate rebirth, but I don't need it. So, hmm. I have arguments with myself inside my head all the time. I'm assuming I'm not the only one. I might be the only one who streams as much as I do with nothing prepared. So the argument is, isn't that disrespectful of people's time? No, you make your own choices, right? Um, I don't expect to be watched. Mm, mm, I know what I want to talk about. Ego. So polar where does this human tendency to put things in uh, either or binary polarized terms, where does that come from? I'm about to come out in my underwear. When I was at the doctor's office today, they were playing Family Feud, and there was a wrestling. It was like a wrestling men versus women, whatever the leagues are. I mean, ironically, I think the one that was called TNA was the one that was all men, and the lady one had some other stupid name. But I'm not a wrestling fan. But I thought it was so weird to see like the men like in their skimpy, uh, I mean speedos, underwear, whatever, on the Family Feud set. That just was so strange. I thought, you're like my roommate. I can change in front of you, and if it were legal, I'd show you more. Now, what? Okay, yeah. So that's what I want to talk about, which is, so either like I have the biggest ego in the world, I never stop talking about myself. Stop. Okay, maybe. Or these are the great lengths that I go to attempting to repair my ego, to say that I am uh, worthy of unconditional love. What does that have to do with streaming? Why do you have to put the public through your shit? Because, I mean, I don't have to. It's a choice. I mean, did I say obsession, compulsion, addiction? So I was in the kitchen heating up my snack, and I was watching a YouTube video. Okay, so I'm at this point in my craziness that I um, am not comfortable with silence, which is a shame because after a lifetime of not being comfortable with silence, uh, sometime between 2020 and 2024, I became comfortable with silence. And again, or again, I mean, God, I feel like there are more people, there may be more people in the US who fall asleep with noise than silence. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Who cares? Shut up. Fuck you. Bam. I could unpack my suitcase that's been sitting there since New Year's. So, can I just write something? Oh, wait, I can. What can I do? I want to get rid of that welcome to the chat room. Oh, I'm hiding the chat. No, I want to see it in case anybody shows up. How do I chat from the phone? Maybe I can't. Edit stream info, stream manager. Okay, I'm gonna hit stream manager. I just ended the stream. What the fuck? Wait, did I end the stream? What just happened? I'm upset. Wait, am I here? I don't know. So confused. Yeah, that's me. I'm open for chat. Beep. How do I get this off and go back to the way it was? Go away. What do these symbols mean? I don't want any of this anymore. Oh, stream manager. We're gonna hit X. Oh, thank. Oh, now it's good. Just great. Well, guess what? I don't care. So dumb. I don't like using that word. Wow. This is gonna be great when I upload it to YouTube. Oh yeah, but so why am I doing these things? I don't know. Isn't that a reasonable answer? Wow, it's a really quiet night. I thought it was in. That's why I'm talking so softly. I thought it was in, you know, noise canceling mode when it was in pass through mode. So, what do you do to pass the time when you're alone, you know? Listen to music? For some reason, I'm barely interested in music anymore. It's a problem. Uh, it's a little chilly because of the um, something, the metal chair. Now, I have been up for, well, oh my God, is it 4 in the morning? I've been up for 36 hours. That's my guess. It would be nice if I had a lot to say. I forgot what kind of chair this was. Instead of spending money on AI, I wish they would invent air conditioners that didn't make all that fucking noise. This looks cool, but it's a little bit unsettling because it's the air currents or wind currents are blowing the flames every which way, and it's dripping on the. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should care about those things. At the very least, I have finite candles, so. But I probably have more than I'll use up before I move out. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa. In case you're wondering, I have thought of things I could say, and then I decide, nah, but not in an anxious way. I think it can be nice to hang out and not have to say anything. In case you're wondering, I can't see the moon. I just see the clouds might be reflecting the moon. They, it should be pretty close to full. It was a few nights ago. But also, it might just be reflecting the city. I don't know. Or both. Oh, so it looks like the chat is hidden again. I don't understand much. Oh, no. Okay. Weird. The, to my eyes, the sky does not look nearly as bright as it appears on the iPhone. I think that has something to do. Is that what high dynamic range is called? So, one of my jobs as a person is to like myself, to not feel worthless, to not, to like myself, to love myself. This is my therapy as I work on that. So, yeah, I mean, I could easily see somebody finding my channel and thinking, oh my God, that guy's full of himself and he never stops talking about himself. And that is true. And yet, I'm also such a mess. Um, I'm lying down on this massager. I don't really want to. I don't know what I want to do. That's why I started streaming. Uh, I came out. I came out to the kitchen. I started making a snack. I was watching a YouTube video. I guess I made it to the end, but I was kind of bored and I thought I'll stream because streaming occupies my attention in a different way than receiving. But I don't have a specific point that I summoned you here for. I do think it could be, it's an idea worth exploring. Do I want to write a sort of canned um, portions the same every time that kind of links the content together, after which I branch off into whatever. God. So that, I don't know if you heard it. There was a car alarm. I mean, it's only like 5 in the morning, right? Um, so that makes me think of one of the topics that I want to cover in my series, and that's hating or loving people. Maybe I should just say I'm tempted to write. I aspire to write. I'm not writing. I can't use the hashtag am writing. And why did they leave off the pronoun? I don't understand that am writing hashtag. But I'm not writing, but I'm composing, creating, dreaming, and aspiring. And sometimes what I'm aspiring to write, the aspirational book that I've spoken the most about is my sci-fi Better World Solarpunk one. But maybe just because of my own life conditions or the world, the one that's leaping to the top of my to-do list now is the the other one, which is just how to be, how to exist, humanism, politics, just a tiny little uh, pamphlet on everything. I have ideas on how to survive, how to save myself, my life, and I just want to write from the heart and see what comes out. But I see the individual, and I see the individual struggle for survival and group conflicts, dynamics. I see it as the same struggle in many ways. And if nothing else, it's a good thought exercise writing prompt. You know, how can I write about the state of the world, politics, from a position of love instead of hate? Um, I'm uncomfortable with the amount of times that people call their opponents stupid, and I just, even though, like, yeah, I still have the same feelings when they say stupid things or do stupid things or they're cruel. I have all those feelings that anybody else has. Um, and I probably used to say a lot of vitriolic stuff. But I think this is an interesting writing prompt because the other side of the coin is, oh, you're going to be gentle and nice and they just like kill you and run you over. Um, I do believe in accountability for crimes, but there's always going to be a gray area because of the way society is structured and organized. Because law is just self policing and it's oppression. Equal under the law is not true. It's never been true. Or, like, so I want all of my, I would, again, again. Let's just say this is an exercise. Can I write one book length or however long? Can I write from the standpoint of unconditional love, growth, peace, personal being, mirroring the group dynamic, dynamic, and not get, I don't want to be totally distracted by the real world. I want to write an ideal, uh, sort of a manifesto for humanism, for fun, to challenge myself, to hopefully challenge others if anyone reads it, just to provoke some thoughts. I love you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna, as soon as this massage is over, I think I'm gonna fall asleep to an audiobook tonight for the first time in a year, maybe half a year, maybe a minute, maybe a day, maybe an eon, maybe a century, maybe. I was going to watch. I saw the TV globe, but I think I'm too tired to pay attention. But I can lie down and listen to a book that I've read before. I don't want this massage to ever end, but it's a battery thing and eventually it'll just stop. And when it stops, I always feel like, oh, what? Is that it? This time it seemed really long. I might even be able to listen to music again. Maybe I could fall asleep to music. Then I don't have to pay attention to a book. That sort of defeats the purpose of trying to fall asleep. Whereas music can put me into a different state of mind. Okay, well, if you want to listen to music, what music would you listen to? That's a tough call. I kind of want like space music. You mean like the Flaming Lips? Yes, except for the annoying parts. Right. I really don't like annoying things, and some people do. Whereas I think the correct way of saying that is that people, some people aren't annoyed by what annoys me. Uh, Sometimes. I was glad I reheated my snack in the toaster oven. In some ways, it was better than the first time around, but the marinade had really. I should have bought more lemons. The marinade had really. I think it had all sunk to the bottom or something. It just didn't seem very. The strongest flavor was chicken and salt. No, it wasn't very salty. I actually had to add salt to it. I'm an undersalter. I'm gonna move it up to my neck, and then you know what'll happen? It'll stop immediately. So I had an idea. It just stopped. Hilarious. Where's the button? God, so annoying. I guess I used that word too much. Oh, fuck. It's on again. Ow. Oh, I don't know where the button. Did it just stop? What do you do? You work by voice command now? I'm writing my intro. Hi, I'm Rob. I have. I'm thinking. Hi, I'm Rob. I have the radical idea that nothing is embarrassing and nothing is shameful. That doesn't mean that everybody wants to see the same thing. There's a lot out in the world that's not me. But I'm taking one for the team for humanity of just being human and putting it out into the world without any desire to manipulate you. I just want to be friendly. I'm working on how to love myself. I believe that unconditional love is the key to happiness uh, for myself and for others. I think that world peace depends on unconditional love of all human beings. When I'm not uh, filming myself while I sit down to pee. I am also an abstract expressionist painter. And I also don't have any income, so you can always, I accept help. You can find out more about me for the moment at rmiddleton.art. And despite the fact that I don't think anything is shameful or embarrassing about being human, uh, except for cruelty, those are different. That's I'm not an anything goes person, and I believe in respecting all as the key to respecting me. Loving all is the key to loving me. If I can love all, then I can love me. And maybe you can too. Uh, so I think these ideas are pretty radical, and I put out the content I do because I don't see it anywhere. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen dramatizations, stories, they're called, that might, you know, I'm not saying I've never enjoyed anything that I've consumed in media. I certainly do have and will continue. Right now I'm thinking of music and books because I want to fall asleep to something. Um, yeah, I need to stand up, so I have to think about how to do that. Oh yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Even if I don't think anything is embarrassing or shameful, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna break any rules and regulations. Wherever I post, I'll be in compliance. But I guess I'm not safe for work because you just never know what you're gonna get. Maybe I could have multiple channels someday. One would be safe for work and one wouldn't. Oh, I gotta go back and flush the toilet. So like, I mean, I haven't always been into radical acceptance. I thought everything was embarrassing when I was younger. Um, I grew up with so much shame, and my treatment became this radical acceptance. um, I mean, those are things that are worth talking about. How does a person let go of their shame? Or what? How is such an interesting word because it can mean, um, well, what do I mean? I mean, what's the process by which I let go of my shame? But I also think it can mean, did I let go of my shame? Or why did I? What was the occasion? I don't know. That needs more thought. But you ever do that where you think you have an insight and then it's gone? Um, I really need to sleep. I'm not naked, by the way. I'm not naked. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I thought maybe I could end the stream from my laptop, but I couldn't figure that out.